Good morning and welcome to Gulfstream today. Brian Nadeau, Samantha Perry with you. It is a huge day of racing across the country. Happy Breeders' Cup Friday to everybody out there. Already people mulling about here at Gulfstream Park. Going to be a busy day as well. And I'll tell you what, we've got a really strong 9-race card. We've got a couple of stakes, and we have carryovers galore for you. So our sister track at Santa Anita, yes, they take center stage this weekend, but we have a lot to offer for you today. Check this out now. Super High 5 in race 1. Look at that, already 21,000. The Rainbow, 75,000. They'll get way more than 75,000 today, maybe double that. And then the big news here, of course, is the late pick 5 starts with $48,000 in the carryover. The pools will be massive today. Get involved.
Yeah, the last Sunday was bombs away.
Oh boy.
I don't know. I mean, if you hit the Rainbow, good job. There are a few tickets that were alive with that, multiple tickets, I should say, but obviously in the late pick 5, nobody had the bankroll for that. And it's a good one today, and I've got a single, so yeah, we'll try it out.
Yeah.
The good thing about our late pick 5 today is you can hit it and have that money for the Breeders' Cup races that start soon thereafter.
That is a statement of fact. So get involved. I don't think this is a crazy, huge pick 5. I think you can pop this thing a few times. We'll get to a ticket a little bit later on. And you're right. I don't know how there were multiple winning tickets in the Rainbow 6, but
baffled.
Unfathomable to me. Whoever you are out there, we golf clap to you because
smarter
that was
than I.
Exactly. That was an impossible sequence. I'll tell you what could be impossible today is the early pick 5. We'll start that off in 55 minutes. We'll take a look at my ticket here. When I doped this out, it was $90.
Yeah.
And I send them in and I hope for a scratch or two to help me out. There was none of that today. So I had to knock this down, and I'm not going to give out a $90 ticket. So what I did was in race number 2, I singled another Duke off the claim for Bobby DeBone. I think Rhymes Like Dimes, to me, a little vulnerable and a little worrisome for me down inside. So I'm going to play it that way. In race number 3, I told you we've got 2 stakes today. The first one is the R. Dear Peggy in race number 3, and I'm right back with Dancin' in Dixie, for Team Cassie. Here's your single in race number 4 of Okiro. We'll show you a replay there. Just Tangle but Mattingly. So good for Joe Orsino. And then in race number 5, the 7, for some reason to me, Top Pletcher, a $700,000 Florida bred in that race. Exciting to see as well. So there we go for $30. You can see the opener. I'm going 5 deep, super early in the betting. I'm pretty confident Gallipan will not be 1 to 5.
Yeah.
And, well, oh, that's right. We both
we had the same long shot.
We have the same long shot. Now, I do mine a lot earlier than you, but you found this one too.
Yeah, I found it before him. Blinkers go on for this gelded son of Poseidon's Warrior. Mr. Morey's stable has given a lot of his horses to trainer Carlos David.
It's a homebred.
Yeah, it is a homebred. Wow. First off, this is a huge drop in class, but second off, even if it wasn't, this barn is doing nothing wrong right now at all.
That's a great point. This is 5 on the Tapeta, by the way. Maiden claimers for the 2-year-olds here. The tag is 16. Everything she said, and then I'll add to it, this is a horse that showed high speed against Maiden Special Weight Company in New York. New York breds, admittedly, but Saratoga, Belmont at Aqueduct, they bet this horse a little bit. What does Carlos David do? Puts the blinkers on, too. I think it's a send mission. We get a weight break, too, with the 7-pound apprentice, Gabriel Maldonado, who is 2 for 4, riding for the barn as well. So I just feel like we might be on to something here.
Definitely.
And, hey, it's super early in the betting, but if they're going to bet hard on Gallipan, maybe we'll get even better price than we should on a horse that I think puts his best foot forward today. Certainly some interest in the 9 Pirate Radio. First time gelding for Team Cassie. Second time blinkers as well.
Yeah, and I really liked these enticed offspring as well. I think that they're running quite well. DJ Stable, they're a barn, and good luck to them this weekend. They've got some runners for the Breeders' Cup. But they'll drop horses. They're not afraid to lose them, and this is a big drop for this horse, and cutting back in distance, but showed a little bit of life on the front end. I get it's 2-turn speed, so you can't read too much into it, but I like this move here.
That's a good post for this one as well. I throw the 6 in there, Sir Banana Brian. Danny Hertak, the barn has been winning, and You know, Danny is not a guy that's going to ride Edgar Zayas a lot.
No, this is an interesting move.
Right?
Was this horse named after you? Is there something?
I don't eat bananas,
All
but
right.
I just thought it was significant that our leading jockey just pops up here. And Danny, you know, they don't do it a lot together, but they are 33% from a 12-horse sample.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Samantha will get a look at him behind us, too. Race number 2, early pick 4. Speaking of Samantha, she'll take a ticket here. We're going a mile on the main track, 3-year-olds and up. Fast main track today. Beautiful day. It's going to be a huge weekend out here. So we hope to see you out here, and we'll see what Samantha does here. And this could be a tricky race to kick off the early pick 4 as well.
Yeah, I feel like it is a little bit. I'm right back with Rhymes Like Dimes on
Okay.
top, though, for my early pick 4. And I don't have a single here. My singles come later. We'll get to this race in just a second. Race 3, I've got the 4 on top, Alcohol. I got her home last time. You tried to beat her last time. Good luck doing it again. Race number 4, 7 on top for me. This is Okiro. Again, we'll show it, and Brian saw it as well. I love this horse. Has so much heart. Race 5, the 8 on top for me. Holiday Pay for Safi Joseph. $27 to play. Again, I don't have the strongest opinions in this early pick 4.
Well, let's talk about Rhymes Like Dimes, okay? It's off the claim for Safi. He's done this 2 times. He's reclaimed this horse 2 times. A very, very positive angle. You know, I certainly didn't ask Safi about this, but I don't think he claimed Rhymes Like Dimes for 12.5 in July to run him back for the first time for 62.50 on November the 3rd. We're in and we're on the rail. That worries me.
Yeah, the rail is not always an ideal spot for these types of races. Long stretch, but still could be a problem. And yeah, I get it. Yeah, that probably wasn't the plan, but he knows this horse,
Sure.
and he knows what's going to make him tick. And what are you going to do with this horse? He's claimed him for 62.50 before. I don't know. I'm okay with it.
Well, no, I mean, if he wins and they get claimed, he gets out.
Exactly.
I get it. He's a short price, too, and that's the other worry for me. You don't have my horse anywhere? Another Duke off to claim for Bobby DeBona?
You're on Bobby DeBona today. I missed the train.
This horse, he claimed him for 8. Bobby puts him where they run. He's a crafty guy. His form is just as good as anybody in here. Comes out of the rare jewel race, and Bobby's 24% off the claim. He's had this horse now for a little bit, so I kind of expect to move forward today in here, and again, the potential vulnerability for Rhymes Like Dimes.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Certainly Super Curioso, very, very dangerous, off the claim for Amador Sanchez. If they don't run with him early, they might not see him late.
Yeah, that's the problem with him. Yeah, he's going to be gone. And it's interesting because Amador Sanchez did have this horse at one point. So now that he jumped in on the claim to get him back, I think that's a good sign.
Yeah, I agree with you. And like I said, those were the 3 I was going to use. But again, we shave it down to $30 for the early pick 5. Now, first of 2 stakes in race number 3. These are the 2-year-old fillies. We'll go $170 on the Tapeta. The $65,000 R Deer Peggy, a solid field heel. We do scratch to 2. Cat 1. Darren Gagne's upstairs. Pete Aiello out in California. So Darren will have the scratches and the changes coming up a little bit. You are right back with Alcohol, the lone 2-time winner in the field.
Yeah, she's just been really, really impressive. And last time she didn't look like she was going to win.
No.
She did have to work for it. I'll give her that. But still, that was a very game effort. And I just feel like she's on the right way. And I'm going to keep riding this train with her. And like you said, the lone 2-time winner in the field.
Yeah.
This is an angle that I don't like. But I feel like Joe Orsino's done a really good job managing this filly. He did say that she could be a bit weird with certain things. And DJ Stables, they've just had a good connection lately.
Yeah, Joe Orsino's just done a really good job, period. The whole meet. His horses have been very, very live, and the gal that just tussled with her is out, Cat 1.
Yeah.
So, you know, that flatters her a little bit as well. I'm going to go to the 6, Dancing and Dixie. Let's take a look at the replay here. She's the 3 horse in here. I thought this was a pretty solid effort. She's down inside, kind of biding her time a little bit. First start on Tapeta. First start routing as well. I thought this was a pretty polished performance. She waited, she settled nicely, and when she tips out, she's going to win easily in here. You know, there's not a lot going on, but you can kind of tell she just really took to the Tapeta. She's dragging Miguel Vasquez up there right now, and she's going to be a comfortable winner when it's all said and done. 3 3/4 lengths. Winners today. tougher today, stakes today. I feel like she can handle all of it.
I think so, because it's not like this is a field of really, these horses are kind of unproven still.
Yeah.
Bar Alcohol, who has won against winners already. But she was extremely professional.
She was.
And we say this a lot with the figure numbers on the Tapeta. They're hard to trust here, and it's really just kind of knowing how it plays that day and just watching the races here that kind of gives you a little bit better insight. But she did run a lot better than a 59 Beyer depicts.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Speaking of Beyers, 74 for Bubbly Champlain for Jose D'Angelo and Bruno Schickendas. She has not run past 5.5 furlongs. You extrapolate things, she's probably going to be controlling early on here. What do you think about her getting basically 3 more furlongs today?
Well, she was pre-entered in the Breeders' Cup today, so I think this says a lot about her maybe having some real talent, and that's a big ship to ask. So they keep her here. She ran well. I mean, she ran
huge.
She won the length of the field almost. I mean, of the stretch. So it was impressive.
Yeah, she was like a freight train out there.
Big freight train.
All right, 3 down. We're just getting going here. We've got 9 on the Friday. When we come back, that Rainbow Six is going to have a big pool, and of course, coming up too, the late pick 5 carryover of $48,000. It's a fun Breeders' Cup Friday right here at Gulfstream Park. Stay tuned.
It's tradition. Every year, the stars gather for a spectacle. Stars of the racing world collide to cement their legacy in their quest for greatness. Bear witness as we raise the stakes and shatter the status quo. Watch as the brightest stars in fashion take the stage, and we forge unforgettable memories. Be part of this storied heritage. Revel in performances from the superstars of entertainment, and the unexpected awaits you at every turn. Join us in this unrivaling celebration, where champions ascend and legends are created. This is the Pegasus World Cup, where stars align.
And welcome back to Gulfstream today. Brian and Samantha with you. Huge Friday here at Gulfstream Park. We've got 9 races, a couple stakes. Race 1, a super high 5 carryover, already $21,000. That'll get 3 or 4 times that probably. The Rainbow Six kicks off here in race number 4. Take a look at my ticket now. $75,000 in the gross jackpot. They might double it. It's going to be a really massive pool today. It won't be anywhere remotely close to $75,000. Be well over that. I'm tight late, okay? I'm tight in the Rainbow. I'm tight in the late pick 5 as well, and we'll talk about it as we sift through it. The spread race is in race number 5. Top pick is the 7 for some reason for Jorge Delgado. In race number 6, this is the actual best bet today, and that's Keiko. Jose D'Angelo off the claim. 4 deep in race number 7. And I do scratch into the 1, Moawi for Eddie Plisa Jr. I had the 6, Isola on top. She is not going to run today for Jack Sisterson. How can you beat Time Passage? How can you play against Time Passage? I'm not going to do it. I've tried it too many times. She's made me look
learned your lesson.
There we go, right? She's made me look very foolish. And then in race number 9, your top pick is Calming Sea for Herm Walensky, coming back from took the old Delmar to Remington. I mean, you hear it all the time. And Delmar to Remington to Gulfstream Park. I mean, it's just a tried and true way to go.
I would love to take that road trip.
Yeah,
I'll enjoy the ocean and see my family, and then come here.
There you go. Yeah. Megan Making Money is the 9, who'll be a huge favorite. Well, you could punch these things several times if you have a good handicapping day today. Let's get into it now. race number 4. We'll go 5.5 on the Tapeta. It's an optional claimer for the 2-year-olds. I love that we get this race to go here, and you know, a bunch of winners taking on each other. We scratch out the 4 Private Thoughts for Ronnie Spatz. Okay, let's just lead it off with Akira, who is going to be a short number. We're going to show you how well he ran against Mattingly. I do not think he was going to win this race. I don't think he should have been put up in this race, but I will admit he would have been closer than a length and 3/4 behind Mattingly. Akira is the 7. Mattingly is the winner. He's the 4, kind of doing the hard work a little bit. And you're going to just see some stuff going on in the stretch. Is that maybe, I guess, the best way to put it?
Yes, and this this has happened to him 2 times in a row as well, where he gets himself into trouble or he just gets into trouble. This time I don't feel like it was as significant as the time before because the race 2 back, he was shuffled on the rail. Now, Mattingly just kind of popped out a little bit and just kind of, he had to just steady slightly. The race before that, he was completely trapped on the rail, and the rider was almost at a stand-up grabbing him. So he's yet to have just kind of a smooth stretch sailing, and hopefully he gets that today.
Yeah, and I don't even think the point of that replay was the trouble. The point was, you know, Mattingly is a multiple stakes winner for Joe Orsino. Mattingly is 1-5 in this race. Mattingly just ran a really good second on the dirt to Ben Tornado. There are no Mattinglys in here, and Jose Garofalo just walked by earlier. He's got a nice horse on his hands here, and listen, I know people in this rainbow are going to spread. There'll be people that buy this race to try to sweep the rainbow. I'm going to play it the other way, and I think he's a single. The good thing is we go all over the place from there. Ninja Star for Scott Acker for you.
Yeah, this horse is an interesting one because I wasn't a huge fan of his Dr. Fager race, but I don't think anybody was because Ben Tornado was just so good. You didn't want anybody out of that race but him. But this horse has really solid, proven Tapeta form. That was a really nice race at Presque Isle just a few weeks ago. He's back on short rest. He seems to be in good form. 5.5 furlongs, that's a winning distance for him. I still think 6 is probably maybe his game a bit better, but I think this is a live horse. Yeah,
and he has not run here on the Tapeta.
Exactly.
Scott and the team and Kim, they do a really good job. So I could see this horse being live. He's probably going to have to suss it out as the inside speed. Hall for okay, we got to talk about Hall because it's a Team Pletcher horse going to try the Tapeta. You're going to agree with me. The horses that the barn has run here have, let's say, they've underperformed, to be kind.
I think that's very fair. What are you going to get from this horse today? I don't like basically any of the races that he's coming out of. Normandy Hero, that's a nice horse, but I certainly don't like Valentine Candy, and I was completely against him last week at Keeneland. They're trying something new. I think this horse might get run off his feet.
Yeah, it's just odd to me. But, you know, listen, doors open up if you handle the Tapeta. And so that's a positive. He's going to be bet for the connections. He's going to get bet for the places he's been. You know, Rhyme Schemes is as nice a 2-year-old as there is in the country for Norm Cassie. But let's not make the mistake of thinking he made a dent in those races. That's what I just felt like. And he's playing Okiro's game.
Yeah.
So I'm against him. You know, that's why I'm singling. I'm not. You could easily use them both, and you probably get through the race. But I don't, as a gambler and a handicapper, I don't think it makes a lot of sense. No. Right, exactly. So late pick 5 here in race number 5, and again, this is the big one with the carryover, $48,000 already in the pool, okay? So that it's going to be massive today. That's essentially dead/free money out there to go after, and Samantha's going to show you a ticket right now.
Yep, and I'm hedging on Time Passage. We'll get to this race in just a second. Race 6, I've got the one on top, Divine Connection. Race number 7, the one also, Mari on top. I know you scratch into that horse. I always had him on top. Race 8, there's Time Passage, and in the finale, I almost added Calming Sea, and you can for a few dollars more.
How much more?
I don't know.
18 is the answer.
There we go. And this is why I've got my handy partner here to do my math for me. You can add in the 4 Calming Sea, but the Ramashka and Megan Making Money are the 2 who I went down with. That's the race I have the least bit of confidence in. So if we can make it there, we're doing okay.
There you go.
Good fifth race to kick it off.
Really good fifth race to kick it off. And I'm going to be looking forward to hearing what you're going to say when you turn around and look at them. These are state breds now, 2-year-olds. 6 furlongs on a fast main track. The weather looks phenomenal today. A strong breeze, as it has been for about 2 weeks here down in South Florida. Okay, neither of us have the 6 on top. We're going to have to spend some time talking about the 6. But I'd like to think that between the 8, 6, and 7, we've got the winner. Holiday Pay, second time for Safi.
Yeah, second time for Safi.
Yep.
That was a strong race. Sometimes these 2-year-olds, they kind of come back maybe with some shins or bone bruising, which is fine. That's normal. It's just growing pains. Back right in again after a couple of months. And this horse is fit, so in a good post.
Yeah, it's a very good post for this horse. Not all the way outside, but outside the 2 horses that are probably going to be the ones to beat. I went with the 7 for some reason. Legged up at Monmouth, first time gelding. I know you like that. They bet this horse for Jorge Delgado at Monmouth. They paid a lot of money for a Maximus Mischief. They've been runners. We get a Misiel here, and I know you know this as good as anybody. That Monmouth track can get a lot of foundation out of that track.
Yes, it can, and the sloppy tracks as well. It can be tough there when you get those rains coming off the Jersey Shore. He's gelded now, which it makes such a big difference from the first race to the second race. Watch the tote board on this race for sure, because when they're betting Jorge's horses, they run.
Well, we got to watch the tote board
on the 6.
On the 6. I mean, how in the world is he 4-1 on the morning line? That's he's a $700,000 son of blame for Todd Pletcher and Mike Rapoli. If this horse is 4-1, I would run to the hills. Paco is here. $700,000.
Yeah, he's a half to Jalen Journey.
Yep, who's very good, a grade 3 winning sprinter.
Yep, not so good anymore, but he's just kind of tailing off a little bit. He worked 21 flat at the sale. Here's an interesting stat. These are this is a mouthful here. 2-year-old first-time starters, dirt sprints just the last 2 years at Gulfstream Park, 38%.
Well, I think that the last 2 years are important because this is when, Todd has left some horses, or I shouldn't say left some horses, run some horses here over the summer. And obviously, when January 1st starts, all those horses are 3. So they don't count in that sample size. So the point of this stat is these are summer horses for the most part.
Exactly. And he's a good-looking blame. Usually the blames are just kind of way too big. He looks like he's going to stretch out longer. We'll take a look at him here for sure. But the 21 flat and you sell for $700,000, that's surprising.
That's a huge, huge number. The dam was unraced. 6th full. 2 of them won on debut. I think that's very, very significant. And let's just be honest, this is a $700,000 Florida bred. That is a monster price. Yep. No way this horse can be anywhere close to 4-1. Race number 6 will kick off the late pick 4 here. We're going 6 furlongs on a fast main track. We don't need to show the ticket. It's a run back. I'll have that tweeted out. These are state breds and an optional claimer here. You're going to go to the inside. Divine Connection, second off the claim for Safi.
Yeah, what a strong effort behind Pacific Princess, who just came right back to win, too, and that's what I like. The horse, I don't want to say he got a little tired. He switched into his left lead late and just kind of, I think, was getting a little leg weary down the stretch. But that was after a couple of months being on the bench, but he already improved on the speed figures from Safi. This is a good move.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely the horse to beat. Pacific Princess, what can you say about her? She's won 3 in a row, right up the ladder.
She's been impressive. She's
been really impressive, and it's a great job they've done with her. Best bet of the day for me is Keiko, the 5 horse. I like being outside Divine Connection, who's obviously the other one in here, if you want to Dutch them and use them both. We're off the claim for Jose D'Angelo. This is no disrespect at all to Eduardo Nunez, but this is a barn that hasn't won this year. Now we go to arguably the most prolific claiming trainer, / one of the most prolific barns we have. 24% off the claim. We got Sammy Camacho here. There's a lot to like with Keiko.
Yeah, this horse was defeated by Dignified and Pacific Princess last out, but like you said, she's in a new playground now.
Yeah, comes in off a win, a game win too, and I just kind of feel it's onward and upward with her, and I would think you're okay if you use both of them in this spot. Race 7's a good one. Late pick 3 here on a 9-race Friday card. This is a good one as well. We're going to go maiden special weights here. 3-year-olds and up will go a mile and 3/16 on the Tapeta. We don't see that. Yeah, It's significant. We don't see it a lot. I lose my top pick, and we lose a replay with Isola, who comes out of this race. But you did say you always have Moire on top, a homebred, Freddie, please. So I remember we watched this race, and Midnight Pranks was very good for Jose D'Angelo. We were... can I use the word stunned that this horse ran second?
Yeah, very, extremely. This almost seems like this is a race kind of written for this horse. The longer, the better for this guy. Seriously, he looks like he could run 2 miles, a mile and 5/8. He could go to California tomorrow. Yeah, he's half to Chichitu, that Bob Baffert trained. He was a 4-year-old, debuting, gelded. There was a lot of things not to like about him. I think the distance is going to be perfect. He's not a very big horse. He should handle the Tapeta just fine. Give him another turn. I'm sure he'll handle it.
Yeah, absolutely. And to his credit, he did run well. He showed a lot of interest late in that race. Blinkers go on. Eddie Plesa Jr. is 29%, second-time maiden. So to me, it's the old all systems go angle with the 1. We've got the same exact. And now Big Commerce. I'll call him the wild card. We haven't seen him. Nobody's seen him since March when he was with Brett Calhoun at Fairgrounds. Now he comes back with Jose. Tom Durant's been doing this with Jose.
Yeah, and has had a lot of success with the horses he's given him.
Yeah.
And this horse is fit enough, and I like just from the get-go, they started him off at 2 turns. He's got a lot of distance in him.
Yeah, this horse literally didn't run an inch in any 3 of his Fairground starts, but they were against really good quality maiden special weight field. So I think there's a lot of upside, and we go with Jose, who is 23% with newcomers to the barn. We'll go to race number 8 now. This is the second of our 2 stakes today. It's the Seller Shiraz here for 3-year-old fillies. They're going a mile and a 16th on the Tapeta, $65,000 on the line. We'll just show you the replay of Time Passage, To Thyself Be True, and Coco. And what we're going to show you is a really fast horse just simply bottoming out the field here.
Yeah, she's just so impressive. Eddie Pleasa's done such a good job with
Don't even look at her. Sorry to cut you off. Look at the ones that are trying to keep up with her.
Exactly. And she's just sitting at this point, and they are working very, very hard just to even stay.
I liked Coco in this spot. Coco was absolutely all in on the backstretch just to keep up. Here's To Thyself Be True, and she's going to, I don't want to beat her up too bad because she did run well. I think the rail was very, very good.
Yes, I was going to mention that. Yeah, the rail was so good.
So good.
And I think that helped her out kind of towards the late stages of the race.
It did, and she... I want to be kind. She didn't really do any running, and she got second because everybody else
couldn't get third.
Completely fried them.
Yeah,
completely fried everybody. Samantha picked Time Passage, and she's like the poster gal for your theory of they don't double up on the Tapeta. Well, she's looking at 4-peat.
Yeah. And drawn perfect for this. Edgar can break on her, sit. It seems like they've got her turned off a little bit, but she's just so naturally fast.
She really is.
That it's hard to get her. And it's not like there's any new surprising horses that could be a wild card in here. If she has her day, she'll win this. If she subs her toe, who knows?
Right.
I don't even know.
Well, that's the thing. If it's not her, who is it? Yeah. I mean, Coco had it going so good, and she just got swatted in that race. I mean, maybe she...
And she was leg weary down the stretch in that replay. She was tired. You could tell.
Yeah, absolutely. And Coco had great spacing coming into that race as well. So I just think in order for anybody else to win, Time Passage just has to not fire. And I don't really know why she would not fire. Now, that race was... to me, by far the best she's ever run.
Yep.
She walked on the lead 3 back, so you're kind of a little bit of against her, and then she did run well, running off in the stakes 2 back, but that last time, she just completely bottomed out the field, and like you said, Eddie Plesa Jr.'s got her going so good. I'm not looking to try to beat her today, and like I said, I will come back with Coco, but it's a someone has to be second. To Time Passage. We'll go to race number 9 here to wrap up this 9-race Friday card. And as Samantha said it perfectly, you get 9 here, and then you shift over, you hang out in Silks and have a cocktail or 4 and play some Breeders' Cup races. And we'll go to race number 9 here. 5 furlongs on the Tapeta. These are 12-5 maiden claimers, a full field of 12. We scratched the also eligible. Neptali Ortiz Jr. is going to ride the 1 Songteller. And Romashka off the claim for Jose D'Angelo.
I love the off the claim angle.
Yep.
This is This is a race whose turn is it today? Who's going to graduate? But this is a huge trainer change, and I like Sammy Camacho gets aboard. Huge, just big connection change all around.
Yeah, there's a lot to like with this one, no doubt. I took a shot with Calming Sea. Herm Walensky went out to Del Mar, won a race out there. It was good to us out there. Yep. The barn, since he's kind of, I don't want to say come back here, but since he's run a few horses, been very, very live. I'm going to forgive the slop at Remington. What did this horse do? Chased special weight speed at Del Mar on the turf. When Lasix went on, the winner comes back to win. Yeah. I think that's going to bode pretty well here.
And the third place finisher, 30 Carats, I bet last week. It was second on the turf.
Oh, yeah.
And this horse ran huge second time on the grass for 30 Carats. So this is a strong Del Mar race that this horse is coming out of. Much, much better than this. And the Remington track, when it gets sloppy, oof, it's hard to get over.
Okay, well, you would know. That's a good. Megan Making Money will be a huge favorite in here, but there are some potential flags. I mean, Victor Barboza claims her for a quarter, and what does he do? He runs her back for 12.5.
That doesn't worry me with Victor, I don't think. No, just get this filly a win. She's been so close, and she can't get it done.
No, I mean, she's run seismic in her last two. Victor's 33% off the claim, but, hey, you know, Liv Stolbo's pretty darn good herself.
Very good.
It's going to be tough to improve. Problem for the rest of these gals is she doesn't need to improve. She can actually regress and still win this. So, you know, she's going to be tough in the finale. That's the 9 of them for you. Really good card here. Really fun weekend here. Before we leave you, as always, take a look at the lightning round, the standings here to start it off. And nothing really new to show you on the jockeys front because Edgar Zayas is setting a torrid pace.
Yep, he's doing very, very well, and it's good to see him here healthy. The podium's looking good as well. It's just a good colony.
Absolutely. The trainer standing's a lot closer. Take a look at that now. And this is going to be fun all the way to the wire.
Yeah.
Wow, Victor's leading. I did not know this. That's great.
He fired last weekend.
Yeah, that's true. And now we have a 3-prong battle here. And there's Joe Orsino. I mean, for Joe to be up there on the board with 7 wins is a testament to the job him and his staff are doing, because he's not going to throw the numbers out there that the top 3 are. But Victor, Safi, and Jose are setting a mighty prolific pace. We talked all day, and we will all day. Carryovers galore here at Gulfstream Park. It's going to start right away in 25 minutes. That super high 5 pool, they might get 6 figures in that. The rainbow be huge, maybe 150. I don't know, at least well over 100. And then the late pick 5, I can't wait to see what they put in that. $48,000.
Yeah, but it's a good one, and get involved. Get that bankroll going.
We always like to think, 5 times the carryover is in play. That puts it at $250,000. And this is a day where the rubber bands are off the bankroll. So
okay, watch out.
Yep, people will be firing. We've got stakes tomorrow as well. And we've talked a lot about Jose D'Angelo. We're going to talk a lot about him tomorrow, too. Armstrong looking to make it 4 for 4 on the Tapeta.
Yeah, what a cool horse. Just undefeated here on the Tapeta. Anything that they've asked of him, he's done it. Very, very cool horse. He faces a similar competition that he has before, and he just keeps on keeping on. Good to see him back.
Yeah, for sure. Jose's done a really good job with him. We've mentioned this Breeders' Cup wagering guide. We're going to mention it again. It's free. It's out there. Jeremy Plonk and the team at ExpressBet and First have done a great job with this. It's updated, too. It's cool because it's live and it gets updated, so picks are out there. Check it out.
Yep. Do you have a best bet today at Santa Anita?
Oh, yeah. Bushu and the juvenile Phillies turf, and I like Slider a lot. And we did videos, too. They're out there on Twitter, too.
They're out if you want to look. Oh, best bet today. I really do like the Cherie DeVoe horse a lot today, with more further edification of that race. And Chitalis as well, if that horse can step up. She's lacking on figures, but.
Well, that's a good one because tomorrow will be a huge favorite. Best bet here. Okay, Time Passage.
Yep, low-hanging fruit, but got to give her credit.
Kaiko for me in race number 6, and hey, we're
on the same long shots.
On the same long shot, right here in 23 minutes, hopefully to get your day started with Winwood. That's it. Darren Gagne is upstairs. Happy to have him aboard, and the reason he's upstairs is because our buddy Pete Aiello is not. He is actually out at Santa Anita today, and I know he's amped up about this. going to call race 3, Ken Matty, but he's also going to call race 7 and race 9, 2 Breeders' Cup races. So Frank Marimati, our buddy, is going to let Pete take the mic for 3 of those, and we'll be happy to hear that. But we're just getting started here on a really fun 9-race Friday card. Darren is upstairs. We'll be back with you. 22 minutes for the opener. Don't forget, too, look at that super high 5 pool, 21,000, and going to get a lot more than that.